today.
Here's the former UCLA Bruin, Kaimi Fairbairn. Off we go on EA Sports.
And Dallas Flowers going to bring this out of the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards.
So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by Gardner Minshew, 6th-round selection in 2019 out of Washington State.
And how about this young man? Took the NFL world by storm. As a 6th-round rookie, signature mullet, mustache, but 21 touchdowns for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Great personality, and everyone gravitates towards this guy. Teammates love to win with a quarterback who leads them like that, and fans love to root for a guy who seems just like them.
They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive.
And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. 5 yards on the game's first play, 2nd down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
2nd and 5. Off play action. Richardson
finds his big tight end, Mo Alley-Cox. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
1st and 10, Taylor now.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Now Richardson, meanwhile, going to get this ball to Taylor.
And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
Denzel Perryman there to bring him down.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
From the 46, here's the 2nd down and 9. Again, it's Taylor.
They'll get only a couple down to the 44.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sit through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker.
On 3rd down, here's Richardson. Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage.
They give to Taylor out of the gun.
Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Got to get to the 26 for a 1st. This is 3rd down.
Richardson looking to throw this. This will be taken in by Michael Pittman.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks
so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
And he is going to have a Colts 1st down. And they get it easily. A gain of 5 on 4th and 1. Running straight ahead, Taylor.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky.
Now it's Richardson. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
Touchdown! Mo Alley Cox. 23 yards for the touchdown.
And the Colts are on the board first here this afternoon.
Walking into the stadium, we saw a ton of people donning the jerseys of this rookie quarterback, so you know they love that opening drive, and he throws a touchdown pass.
He gave a little bit of confirmation about what they had hoped, right? Because they thought they had a quarterback. They're thinking they have a quarterback. You do this, they believe they've got a quarterback. Look up, elbowing each other up in the stands. That's our guy.
And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game.
Sanchez now. He'll kick it away following the touchdown.
And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their rookie quarterback.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one is capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
Brown goes in motion left. He's going to get it on the jet sweep.
And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D linemen.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Stroud on 3rd down now.
The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. And now that brings up 4th down there. A loss of 6 yards on the sack.
Even keeping the back end for extra protection on 3rd down, they still couldn't prevent the sack. Now it's 4th and long thanks to a terrific individual effort on defense.
On 4th down, out is the punter Cameron Johnston to boot it away.
The deep to return is Josh Downs.
Good coverage there. An even 50-yard punt leads to a return of 5. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
A carry by Taylor to start the drive.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Just a crazy throw there, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Steven Nelson. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. He was pretty good a year ago in college, getting outside of the pocket and making plays, but it's a different story here in the NFL.
Well, in college, when he broke out of the pocket, his receivers often knew what to do in a scramble drill. and defenders weren't quite as adept at that. In the NFL, they work on that as well. They realize once he's out of the pocket, you can knock a receiver down. You can take him out of the play that way. You can make sure you hunt him up and make sure that you have him covered downfield. They do a much better job of it. He's got to learn that the speed has changed on this level.
Meanwhile, Stroud's throw complete into the hands of Schultz here. Fighting his way through contact. Look at the big man rumble. Touchdown, Houston. Dalton Schultz, 44 yards. And the Texans strike quickly here to tie up the ball game. Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. It's up and good, so they go the conservative route instead, and it gets them a 7-6 lead here in the opening quarter. After one, a 1-point game, 7-6. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster. But that was actually throwing game 101 right there. You challenge double coverage like that, you're liable to get burned. Fortunate that was just incomplete.
Here's Richardson to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's fourth down. Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on fourth down to punt this thing. Desmond King deep for Houston. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Texans will take over. And now out comes Houston. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Stroud. A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Another first down, this time on a gain of 19.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
On first down, here's Stroud. That's caught again by Schultz. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
I don't care what sport you're playing. Everyone likes to build up a little momentum, don't they? And look at this, back-to-back completions to the big target at tight end.
That one not as profitable as the other, but still a decent gain. On second down, here's a run with Singletary. And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down at the Colts 36. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. 3rd and 1. Stroud. He's got his target. That's complete. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 19. Defense was expecting run, and they're dealt a pass of over 15 yards.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that's going to bring up second down.
The completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Ball at the 14 for 2nd and 5. Throwing now is Stroud.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Schultz.
And the Texans are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line. Stroud to throw it.
He's got it. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you're wanting to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside. Singletary will take this one in for a Texans touchdown.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he returns this to the 22.
Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over.
Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Looked like both sides were anticipating a quick throw there, and the defense was ready to jump in and deny it, and they did.
The Colts on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Yeah, Richardson back to throw it.
And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more.
They'll go for it. Here's Richardson.
Flush to his right. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Texans take over an excellent field position.
They'll throw it with Stroud here, 1st and 10. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And a terrific return as he brings this one all the way back to the 30. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
2nd down, here's Richardson.
Sliding out of the pocket. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. up the middle. Here's Taylor.
And he'll take this one down near the 15. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
This is 2nd and 8.
They go to the ground again with Taylor.
And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
They expect this from the visiting team when playing indoors, but not the home team.
They're supposed to get all the advantages, right? The home crowd's supposed to help them. They forgot where they were, perhaps.
And this offense back to needing 10 yards after the false start. 3rd and 10.
Richardson looking to throw. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted.
Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward.
And the Texans are going to get it back here just shy of the 20.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that 3rd down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. This is caught. It's Brown. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. One play has them to the 37 here for 1st and 10.
And Stroud now to throw.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Stroud looking to throw. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way. A dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense, because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well. Now on 4th down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back.
The Colts going to take over now late in this first half. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3 and take some momentum into the locker room.
Come on. Set. Hawk 70.
They go play action with Richardson.
He'll buy some time right.
Richardson hit it, he fumbles it. And this ball recovered by the offense. But remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble.
Even 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down.
As we both know, there was a lot that went into why they made him their first-round pick this year. Part of it was what they saw in college, his playmaking ability when things break down. As soon as he saw he wasn't getting a lane to throw, he pivoted and found an alternate way to the marker.
Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the 2nd quarter.
A final shot before the half. Richardson lets one go downfield for Pierce.
This is caught inside the 15. So we have reached halftime here. It's the Visit.
Well, you can't skip halftime on Sundays, but you can right here. So it's over, and on to the 3rd quarter we march. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the third quarter. And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback. So here's the Texans offense now. They get set to start this third quarter. This offense set to begin the third quarter. And, Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one, so now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this.
There he goes, right side. Inside the 20. Touchdown, Houston. Devin Singletary. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Texans come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the lead is up to 15 now. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Richardson. Dancing to his left. And Richardson slides down after evading the defense, and he moves the chains. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 46. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. And they'll go to the air now with Richardson. Flushed out right. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run.
He certainly isn't looking at the scoreboard out there because, to me, all he's concerned about is analyzing the field and making most of the time left in this game. Deficit's still there, but he's starting to hit them with some big plays.
This is caught, and he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Mo Alley-Cox with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Colts get a bit closer. Shane Steichen, aggressive as a play caller. He's going to go for 2 here. They'll try and run it here. And he'll get in as they're back within his score now. The lead's down to 7. And that almost makes it a brand new ballgame. Now it's a 1-score affair after they get the 2.
And you have to know they were holding their breath on the 2-point play because they had to have it to get it within the range that you just talked about. Dialed up their 2-point play. It worked. Now they're feeling like they've got a shot at this one.
And the football going back over now to the Houston Texans. And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they begin this drive 1st and 10. Singletary to get the drive started. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that 1st half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
So from just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd and 9. Back to throw, here's Stroud. And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There was a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage, and that throw had no shot.
Stroud. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 36. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Now Stroud. Over the middle, he gets it to Collins.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
They'll run on first down with Singletary. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Right back to Singletary on 2nd down.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9.
44 yards. On the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
Stroud out of the gun here.
The quick slant caught. Touchdown, Texans.
Takedown.
A 9-yard touchdown grab.
And the Texans have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. So that one an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards. And it results in the Texans finding the end zone.
And they will wrangle him down a couple of yards shy of the 30.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field.
Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
And this is a rarity in the NFL, a 100-yard game on the ground for a quarterback. Even as those passers get more athletic and mobile, we only see about 5 of these a season. It takes a special set of circumstances for it to happen, and of course, a special player.
Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
On 2nd down, it's Richardson to throw it. That's going to be caught by Alley Cox.
And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 27-yard line. Escaping the pressure right. And I think the ball's out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Second time he's fumbled in this game. Fortunate for him, this one goes out of bounds.
And the key for him now is how much equity have you built up with your coaching staff? How much equity have you built up with your team to continue to get opportunities? Fortunate that one went out of bounds, saved him from a turnover.
Now Richardson.
This is caught. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Josh Downs
from 21 yards away.
And the Colts are able to get a score back in the final stages of this third quarter. Shane Steichen, aggressive as a play caller. He's going to go for 2 here.
They're going to try and run. And he will get into the end zone, and the 2-point conversion will cut this down to a 6-point game.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Still enjoying the lead here in the third quarter, despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get...
Look at this! Middle of the field, a breakaway! Then he will finally be taken down, but how about that play? It's a big one on the final act of the third quarter. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Singletary, they'll go up the middle. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I'm sure that that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
On 2nd down, it's Stroud.
His throw caught right around the 6. Touchdown! Noah Brown, 27 yards. Conversion is good, and they add on to their fourth quarter lead. So they go with a pass there on the 2-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their 2-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have 2-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
Flush to his right. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
These are running back numbers that he's accumulating right now. Received double-digit carries and has rewarded them by breaking the century mark in rushing, in addition to what he's done through the air. Definitely MVP caliber football we're witnessing.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And quickly, they get to the line.
1st and 10, Richardson looks to throw it. He'll drop this down to Taylor.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Eluding and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The Colts on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. It'll be a sack and a loss of 3, but more importantly, it brings up 4th down.
19 tight.
4th down, desperation time. Here's Richardson.
Flushed out right. That is caught. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down.
Good yardage on the completion there. When they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score, because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
His running ability has been an extra dimension of their game plan thus far. For once, though, he doesn't create any magic against a front that was prepared for him to try and take off.
Richardson hit it, he fumbles it. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. So danger averted for the moment, but now here's a 3rd and long. From the shotgun, Richardson.
Rolling to his right. The ball comes out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. You can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover.
1st and 10, it's Stroud. On a slant, here's Collins. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. 1st down. A give up the middle to Singletary. And they go backwards here. Losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. A shotgun snap to Stroud. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Oh, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll hit the deck, but he did not get there. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down. Here's Cameron Johnston now as he's on to punt for Houston. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
2nd and 10. Richardson out of the shotgun.
And now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lane?
And this is intercepted, and that should do